what should my mindset be now? Now that I've told you all these tips and all these things that you should be thinking about, what should you be doing? Well, first of all, you should have a very basic framework in mind. And what I mean by that is a couple of things. First of all, you need to have a very simple premise and work towards a conclusion. Going back to that one sentence idea I mentioned before. I need to be able to write it in one sentence and then expand on it. If you're, as I said, writing about two people having a fight of some description, that is a very simple premise and you can work towards a conclusion. The detail is those layers you add. So what I mean by that is then you'll start to fill in those characters. You'll start to come up with the relevant descriptions for them and only the relevant descriptions for them. And then you'll be able to go into detail about what they're fighting about, where it is, what other people around them are doing. That you'll be able to really build the story up rather than them going from one rooftop to the next and jumping and doing and swinging and being like Tarzan and suddenly we have half the world being destroyed. That doesn't really come across as well and certainly doesn't give you the kind of flow that you need. You need to strengthen it with strong ideas, perspectives and characters. And this is, again, something that it may not appear from the outset to really help with your story flowing simply from one idea to the next. But the thing is, this is what you're working towards. And the reason you have flow is that you're able to do this. That you're able to essentially incorporate those things into your work. And finally, you need to focus on showing what needs to be shown. In other words, if I was to convey a schoolyard fight, I need to just focus on the things that get my ideas across, the things that can create meaning and become meaningful, and certainly do so in a way that when I'm writing the story and when other people are reading my story, they can sort of get lost in it. The flow is just going to go seamlessly from one idea to the next, and it's essentially, it's almost going to be running in slow motion. That's another way to think about it, is you write your stories in a sort of a slow motion first, that you allow them to really develop and people can really look around and see different details. But doing it in such a way that you're not overdoing it and that you're not making it so that we have to wait half an hour before we get to the first real detail. So it's about moderation, choosing what you need to have, making the right sort of choices and really thinking critically about what needs to go in my story and what doesn't. Sort of not get lost in the moment so much that you suddenly go off and rambling on different things and you have absolutely no idea why you're there or how you're getting there. So have a very clear point in mind. And that's basically it for writing with flow. So make sure you keep those things in mind. Keep a very simple story with a very simple conclusion. You can't go wrong. Until next time, I'll see you later.